Hey, this is John from Tabletop Narrative, and I just want to do a quick thing. I'm making, kind of fleshing out my Dark Angels army, and which I've had for quite some time. So I'm just trying to kind of finish it up a little bit, get it at least 3 color minimum. So we got a tournament this weekend, try to go to, but I'm making rune bases, and I just wanted to go over basically just how I make them. It's fairly simple, and kind of show you what the details are. Here's like one of them, that I did here. Kind of see, I still need to like finish painting some of this stuff, but you can kind of see what those are. I'm gonna have a Loyal 32 detachment also too. And for some of this, so like this is old sprue that I had from the old GW stuff, the old buildings. And so I cut it up there. And basically this is what I'm gonna do for the guard, is that's just basically sprue, right? And then what I'll do is I'll show you is basically this is like putty, it's for like wall filler, it's for drywall, whatever you want to use it for. So, and then I have just a bucket of sand. I also have another thing where I've cut up like little teeny pieces of sprue and all that type of stuff. So if I need to glue stuff down, and I'll show you basically what I do. This is just basically it. So I used a putty knife type thing, just fill it in there. I don't need to really worry about it being too clean at this moment, because I can clean it up later on. And then I'm gonna put it in the sand. Boom, comes out like that. I'm gonna let it dry. So I have like some of these, and then what I'm gonna do is I get like a little brush. I'm gonna scrape off the excess sand. I'm gonna use my hobby knife to like carve off those, and then the sprue, I'll paint gray, and kind of as like runes, and I'll put some mud, and then I'll dry brush it, things like that, and then that's it. So super simple. This stuff is really cheap, and sand's cheap. So it's a good way. It takes a little bit of time, but it's a good way to do a little bit of rune bases. Thanks. All right, so here's a little update on these bases that I'm working on. So what I did is I base coated them black, and then I did the Mechanicum gray or whatever, like do that, and then some brown on there. And then I'm going to, next step is I'm gonna dry brush them all, I think Dawnstone, so it'll make it all gray, so that brown will just be very subtle underneath. Have all those guys primed. Those are all my Deathwing Knights, and then these are the bases for them that I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna once again dry brush all that stuff, so it'll be a little bit better as far as not so much brown, and that's it. So part of the reason too that I did these type of bases on there also is I have a whole table that I've kind of did this many years ago, where it's all the runes, and it basically has a whole thing of runes on it, so it matches everything. And then even some of the stuff, like this is an old fine cast assassin, and I took one of those Sector Mechanicus parts on there and made my own little base for him. So, and then you kind of see these guys are what I did. So they're my commanders, or my Master of Ordnance. So I kind of used, instead of just sprue, I used some of the actual rubble from the sets. So, and that's it.